What is up, y'all? It is your girl GC the Trader, and we are back with another video, you guys. I hope everybody's having an amazing day. Today is Saturday, November 29th, 2025, you guys. And today we will be doing a recap of the trades that we took last week. And also, I'm going to be going over the backtest replay mode I did on ES. So I will be going over some of those trades that I took. That's going to consist of us looking at the ES chart and also me popping up some screenshots to show you when I was actually in the backtest mode and how much I actually made on those backtest trades, and show y'all the money we could have made if we would have traded ES last week instead of NQ. So yeah, you guys, I'm not going to take up too much of y'all time, so let's get to this video breakdown. Okay, we're on our NQ chart, you guys. So I already have it marked up of the trades I took last week. I only traded twice. I traded Tuesday and Wednesday, you guys. So we're gonna go over those trades. It happened Tuesday at 4 a.m. I traded London session, so we're gonna go back to that trade right here. And yes, you guys, this was let me go to my notes just to better make sure I say the right thing. So yeah, you guys, this was just a supply. This was not ICC. I try to only trade the ICC concept and confluence with supply and demand when I'm trading New York, because that's when the most volume happens. So I try to save ICC for New York sessions. And for this past week, we only did supply and demand, no IC setups at all. So this was a supply setup that I took at the open pretty much of London session. It was a great trade to me, you guys. We end up being stopped out of this trade at break even, but we did make $11 on one of our funded and $12 on the other funded. So we kind of walked away with about $23, $24 combined on both of our fundeds off of this trade, you guys. And as you can see, it did play out beautifully. If I'm not mistaken, this was the, let's see, this was the setup right here. Get what I'm saying? Price tap right here on the break of the candle. I entered in. I was risking $50 for 150, and I don't know if y'all remember back to when I did the recap of this trade last week. I had said when I'm risking $50, I try to go for a 1 to 3 minimum, just because I am risking such a small amount. I want to at least hold to my base hit. So both of my accounts for that day to count, both of my funded accounts for that day to count, is a base hit of $150, you guys. So when I'm risking $50, I try to hold for that 1 to 3, and my mindset is if I can't hold for 150, I'm not going to be able to hold for 1500. So I wanted to hold. I thought price was going to go to my point. Let me see if this was the trade that I initially targeted. Hold on. Let me see. Was it a 15? Okay. I can't really remember what was my actual target level for that, you guys. I ended up targeting this level for a specific reason. I can't really remember right now why I targeted that specific level at that 1 to 3, but based off of that, that's where I was going for. And as you can see, it hit my 1 to 1, it hit my 2 to 1, and after it hit my 2 to 1, it retraced back up and started consolidating. I was at break even, so it started consolidating under my break even, and then once price broke down here, I thought we were about to get ready to take back off to go hit my TP3. So I end up adjusting my stop loss right here at this wick candle right here. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that is kind of a doji grave star candle possibly. But yeah, as soon as I adjusted my stop loss, probably like I adjusted it once this candle right here formed, and once I adjusted it 2 candles later, price came to stop me out, you guys. So we end up walking away on this trade, break even, a little bit in profit. If I don't hit my target of a 1-to-1, if my stop loss is not at a 1-to-1 and I end up getting stopped out at the trade, stopped out of the trade, I do consider that a break even trade, because I did not hit my 2-to-1. So I do could consider that a break even. Well, my 1-to-1, I consider that a break even trade if I don't have my stop loss at my 1-to-1 when I get stopped out of the trade. So yeah, you guys, that was a break even trade on Tuesday. Our next trade day was Wednesday, and I believe that trade took place at like 5:18, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, as you can see, you guys, this trade was an L. We took this trade off of a 5-minute demand, you guys. I entered this trade based off of a minor breaker structure, but when I did enter the trade, I entered on the break of the candle, you guys. So yeah, price gave me this 5-minute demand zone. I marked it up. Price did a minor breaker structure. This candle was originally purple, which is my bearish candles. It came down to retest this zone, and then the same retest candle, it broke, and it ended up making me a higher high. So once the next candle broke that candle, I entered, risking $50. And today was the day before. This trade was the day before Thanksgiving, so I wasn't gonna hold to a 1-to-3. I was actually just gonna hold to a 1-to-2, walk away with a profit of $100. And as you can see, we ended up getting stopped out of the trade on this candle right here, you guys. And as I stated, I did enter based off of a minor breaker structure, but I did do a more conservative entry. And in my journal, if y'all can remember, I said I jumped the gun on this trade. I entered too quickly. I should have waited for a proper pullback. And as you can see, if we would have waited for a proper pullback, entered at the break of that candle, risking the same amount. Yeah, you guys, if we would have waited for a complete fullback and entered right here, I probably wouldn't have risked $50. I probably would have had my 70 ticks, which would probably be about $35. I still probably would have targeted 200 ticks, which would be $100, and most likely I probably would have ended up getting stopped out of this trade at break even, you guys, because I would have definitely tried to hold to that $100 mark up there. And as you can see, I mean, we had the right idea, but it just didn't work out that way. You get what I'm saying? We end up taking an L on this trade, but a little later in London session, they actually gave us another demand setup, which played right here, hit twice. If you didn't like that demand setup, they actually gave you another one right here that played out perfectly. That was the tap. As soon as I seen price retracing up on this candle, probably definitely would have hopped in right there, risking the same amount. But this time I definitely probably would have risked the 100 ticks. So yeah, I definitely would have risked the 100 ticks, um, going for that 200 mark, or in this case, definitely would have tried the hell for that 300. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, it definitely would have played out if we would have waited a little bit later in London session. And actually, this wasn't even London session. Now that I'm saying, this is when London and New York overlapped it, and we could not trade New York last week. So yeah, probably definitely would have missed this trade, but this was a perfect setup. That's exactly what I wanted to happen right here. But it ended up happening in New York session, and I think I ended up mentioning that on at the end of Wednesday's video, how on Tuesday and Wednesday when I couldn't trade New York session, New York produced some amazing supply and demand setups that hit perfectly, you guys. So yes, I'm about to put my P&L on the screen. And this was our P&L for the week. This is what we made. We ended up having a break-even trade and a L for this week. Also going to show you the full calendar for the month. So as you can see, based off the full calendar for the month, we did take 7 trades all together this month. In those 7 trades, we ended up having one green day, which was that break-even day where we gained a little bit of profits. But honest and truly, out of those 7 trades, we took 6 L's this month. So yeah, this month wasn't my best month, but I can say that it wasn't my worst month at all. I did have to deal with some psychology 2 weeks ago that I had to work through and shake through. So a lot of these L's I'm not complaining about because I actually participated in the market and I didn't let psychology, lack of confidence, not trusting the setup, not trusting myself. I didn't let that stop me from getting back into the trade game and ending this month off a little bit better than what I started. So yes, you may see 6 L's on the calendar, but yeah, I'm proud of my trading that I did this month, and we still have one more month in the year of 2025 to end this year off amazingly, you guys. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And if you really think about it, you guys, that's 580 divided by 2. So I technically only lost about $240 on both of my funded accounts. Okay, so yeah, now you guys, we are on the ES chart. I'm just gonna go to that time frame. I ended up catching some amazing ICC setups. Okay, you guys, for the screenshot on the screen, this was an ICC buy for Tuesday on ES. As you can see, we got the first break of the key level. We retested our previous zone, got the second break, entered, held to the next key level, which was my 2 to 1. I was risking $101, end up taking profit at 112. So that was a pretty good trade there. This next trade setup that I'm about to put, this was for Tuesday, and this was a demand setup within an ICC. The first break was on the hour key level. The second break was on the 5 minute. They gave me my demand zone. Price retested that demand zone. I entered holding for a 2 to 1, and as you can see, we was risking 101 for 200 and about $2. It hit perfectly on that one. This next trade is going to be on Wednesday for ICC. This was an ICC buy in demand. You got our first break, got the second break. It gave us a demand zone. Once it retested that demand zone, I actually added contracts on that, and I held and ended up eventually getting stopped out probably like at $202. I didn't hit my full 2 to 1. And this last trade was on Friday. It was an ICC buy with 2 demand setups. Actually ended up taking a L on this one. The first ICC buy trade, I ended up getting stopped out at $0. The second contract I added, I got stopped at 40, and the third one I got stopped at $26, you guys. So yeah, you guys, that is it for today's video. I would like to thank y'all for taking the time to sit down with me and go through this breakdown. I greatly appreciate it. I hope y'all had an amazing trade week. I hope y'all ended y'all November fantastically. And if not, I hope you're resetting and getting your mind together this weekend so that we can come back in come Monday, December 1st, and start the first week of the last month of 2025 off to an amazing start, you guys. It ain't over until the fat lady song and she's still eating, you feel me? So let's go ahead and do what we got to do, and let's end this first trade year amazingly, you guys. Thank y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And until next time, your girl GC the Trader is out.